Well, OPD is gearing up for its next recruitment class.
The department looking to fill about 50 spots with an applicant pool size that is so far smaller than hoped.
6 News' Bella Caracta is looking into what officials are doing to bring in new talent.
So far, it's been a little bit slower than we had hoped.
How many applicants have you gotten so far for those 50-ish spots?
Right now, we have about 175.
The application period opened January 9th and will stay open for a month. Last year, they had 486 applicants. That's nearly half as many applicants as in 2020.
Of course, we would like to have a larger pool of candidates, but I think we can still be able to, we'll still be able to get good quality candidates with the number that we have.
Former Omaha police officer, now Creighton criminal justice professor, Dr. Eric Meyer, says that he's seen this trend nationwide too.
Now, in speaking to police chiefs across the country, even in cities the same size as Omaha, they're only having a few hundred applicants.
One tactic Omaha Police implemented this year is to open applications every January. Before, it was as needed. They're also ramping up advertisements.
We're advertising across all different social media platforms. We've also had radio ads, and we actually had TV commercial as well during some of the playoff football games.
This application closes February 9th. Omaha police officials say that close to the deadline is when they see many of their submissions roll in. The process includes a written and physical test and a mental and physical evaluation. On your side in Omaha, Bella Caracta, 6 News.
The demographics of the applicants are not yet available, but for the department right now, there are currently 806 full-time officers. 84% are male and 16% female. 77% are white, 9% black, 11% Hispanic, and just 2% Asian.